Welcome back to the FF7 Remake Pro Guide to a Perfect File. My name is Kilson, and without further ado, let's get started.
Get down here, Merc.
Alright, and we get our first opportunity to take control of the game. Chapter 1, the Destruction of Mako Reactor 1.
Halt! Who goes there?
You're up.
And we're going to get thrown immediately into action, just like in the original FF7. Use square to attack with Cloud's sword. Hold square to unleash an attack capable of hitting multiple nearby
You're
enemies.
coming with us.
We're actually going to hit
Nice and
triangle
easy.
and hold down
Don't
L1
think so.
to perform a counterattack when they go to attack me.
Gotcha.
See ya.
There we go.
Not bad.
Kill both with one shot. So that we level up to level 7 just like in the original, which is super cool as well. And we got our first trophy of the game, warming up. And all you need to do that is win a battle. We're going to get our second trophy momentarily here as well.
Who in the hell? Hands where I can see them.
Have fun.
I'm going to use fire on one of these guys. The ATB gauge fills as time passes, and by attacking with square, once a bar is full, your character can perform special actions. Charges can be used immediately or saved. Try attacking the enemy to fill the gauge. So I'm going to attack the guy on the right, fill up my gauge. There it is. You can expend ATB gauge charges to perform battle commands such as using abilities, magic, or items. Press X to try using one of the commands. And okay, I'm actually going to finish this guy off first so I can use fire on the other guy. Here we go.
Where the hell
And
did
that
he
should kill him in one shot. And because he's weak against fire, we're going to get our trophy Weakened Resolve as well. And a cool little Easter egg shout out in the back behind Cloud. You can see a Benora White poster, which is a reference to FF7 Crisis Core, the prequel. When not in battle, you can check the map, open menus, and view various kinds of information. Use the start button to open the main menu and press the pad to access the map and check your various objectives. When the forward arrow icon appears, move your character close to it, automatically jump, crouch, or perform whatever other action is required. On the map screen, you can check your current scenario objective and view the lay of the land. So here's our first area that we start out in, where the train pulls in. From the main menu, you can view your inventory and gameplay status, as well as save and load your game. So right away, we're going to go into battle settings. I like to change my quick commands around, so I will make square focused thrust, and I make triangle braver, and then I add my fire spell into the X command. That way, while I'm in battle, I can do commands quickly.
Drop the weapon!
You got this.
Yeah, what he said.
It's totally up to you what you want to make your shortcuts. It's absolute preference. This is just how I like to do it. You can defend against enemy attacks by pressing R1 to guard or circle to evade. A successful guard reduces the amount of damage suffered and also charges your ATB gauge. Okay, we're going to press triangle again, and then we're going to guard, just like we did for the first fight. Those guys are going to attack us. That'll fill up our ATB. I'm going to do a couple last combos on these guys, and then I will shoot the next guy with fire. Now, I could have used the shortcut command, but I was worried that I would be facing the wrong direction, so I just used the actual command. Use triangle to open chests or doors or to talk to people. If you see the word hold, then you need to hold down triangle rather than just pressing it. This should have a couple potions in it, and there's actually 10 chests in the first reactor, so that's 1 of 10. We got 9 more to go. Here's another one right here. This has got a couple grenades in it. Perfect, and then we'll head down this way, and we're going to encounter our first boxes, and these are kind of like chests. If you find boxes with the Shinra logo, press square to smash them with your sword. They may contain useful items such as potions that restore HP or Mako shards that restore MP. We're also going to get other cool things out of these boxes later on down the road as well. Yeah, you don't get things quite as good as chests, but they are still pretty handy, so I advise checking them out.
So what's Soldier Boy's deal? Is he one of us now? He's got balls, this, what was his name again?
Cloud Strife.
Right.
And he isn't a soldier anymore. Still, he's a professional, unlike the rest of us. I'm glad to have him.
This is a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done.
Real joy to work with, though.
Real joy to look at, too.
Here we go.
Looks are what people notice first.
Guess I'm not on the same page as people.
I'd say you're not even reading the same book.
Enough. We're done here.
Or even the same...
Give it a rest.
You'll keep us safe, right, Cloud?
That's just a great little opportunity to hear some more dialogue between Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge. Get to know their characters a little bit more.
Come on, nobody do something this crazy just for money. They may not think you're a true believer, but you know what I think?
Not interested.
What?
Wedge.
Love how the main FF7 theme drifts in there.
You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gil.
A new variation on it though, for the new game. Oh man, and here it is, guys. The most iconic, most legendary screenshot in all of FF7. The box cover art. Gets me so pumped every time. You can press R3 to lock onto a specific target, press R3 again to unlock. You can, while locked onto a target, you can use the R joystick or the directional buttons to switch between. Okay, so we're going to lock onto the guard, the security officer, we'll build up our ATB gauge, and then we're going to focus in on the dog, and I'm going to shoot some fire at him because that will pressure him. We can then get him into a staggered position, and then we can finish him off by using a braver. And that should give us our next trophy as well. So that's our third trophy. That's the a staggering start trophy. So right on, we got our third trophy, and we're just about to approach our third treasure chest here as well. And I think this contains an ether, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go, we got an ether. Okay, now we got another security officer and another dog. So we're just going to repeat the same process that we did last time. Build our ATB up by killing that guy. I didn't quite get it full, so we'll fill it up there. And then we can fire, pressured, staggered, build the ATB up one more time, and we'll finish him off with a braver once we get that. There we go. Perfect. Alright, and keep moving. So that's a really good combo. Fire into braver on the dogs. Get some of these boxes, and then we'll head up and follow the gang. Yeah, so with dogs, because they're weak against magic, especially ice, but we don't have ice yet, but fire and lightning will do as well. You can weaken them, pressure them with the magic, and then just finish them off with a nice move once you're in the staggered state. Okay, so Jesse's working on breaking open a hole in the fence, so we can grab these boxes while we wait, and then everyone's going to head through.
This way. Huh, not so fast. We've got company.
Okay, yeah, now it gets marginally more difficult. We got 2 security officers and a guard dog this time. But basically the same process. We want to try and take out the security officers early. Oops, I accidentally went after the dog, but here we go. We'll get these guys. Get into Punisher mode whenever you have an opportunity. You might take some damage from the dog. But now we've got the ATB to fire him, and then stagger him. And just like with the other dogs earlier, we're going to finish off with a braver. So yeah, operator mode, fire, stagger, and complete the combo with the braver. We got a couple more guards up here. These guys are pretty simple.
All right.
Just get our ATB up and then shoot fire at this guy. And I think we got a couple. Oh, that guy's not quite dead yet. That's annoying. Okay. I think we have 2 more potions in here. Yeah, okay, perfect. And that's our 4th of 10 chests. So we still have 6 more chests to go in this area. So we'll flip that switch, open up the gate, and then we can head into the reactor.
Come on, Cloud.
So here we go, heading into Reactor 1 of Midgar City. Another iconic shot right there. Nice pan out.
Soldiers may attack on command, but I hear they make good guard dogs too. Bet you've seen a few reactors. So how do we get to the bridge above Mako storage? Ain't holding out on me, are you? Stamp scared to bite the hand that fed him? Or is he a loyal little doggy? Have it your way, Mutt. We can do this with you, or we can do this without you.
Different reactor, different layout. Depends when it was built. Never seen one like this, but I'll manage.
In 3, 2... Damn, I'm good.
Who's there? Door!
Now we've got 4
Oh, wait!
4 security officers this time, but no big deal.
It's over!
That's my line.
Bow, 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 bow. Every character has a unique ability which you can activate with triangle. With Cloud's mode shift ability, you can switch between his balanced operator mode and his attack-oriented Punisher mode, which you've already been doing. In Punisher mode, Cloud moves more slowly, but Square unleashes a more powerful attack than usual. In addition, Cloud launches a counter blow every time he guards against an enemy's melee attack. He cannot, however, guard against ranged attacks or magic. When you evade such attacks, you will switch back to operator mode. Okay, so now we're in Punisher. We're going to land a couple combos on these guys, and I actually haven't tried out the grenade yet, so I want to shoot a grenade at this next guy behind me. There we go. It's just it's a pretty handy little item. You don't really need to use it that often, but it's good to have around. Just have some fun with it.
Then let's move.
He always knows just what to say.
Cut it out.
It's a good thing I know someone who can get us the passcodes. Pity no one else at command will talk to us, but what can you do? And we're good.
Careful in there.
I want to showcase every weapon and item and everything at least one time in the game. So there's some boxes. We should have a Phoenix down in here. Yeah, so that's 5 of 10 chests. We got 5 more to go.
So, you know Tifa, right? It's not really my business, but are you guys close?
Cloud! Are you ignoring me?
Tifa and I.
Oh, and here's our first look at the big bad Shinra Corporation.
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir. We are currently investigating whether they belong to the same group that made the attempt on your life. Rest assured, our inquiries will not take much longer.
This pump's sole purpose is to drain the planet dry. While you sleep, while you eat, while you shit, it's here sucking up Mako. It doesn't rest, and it doesn't care. You do realize what Mako is, don't you? Mako is the lifeblood of our world. The planet bleeds green like you and me bleed red. The hell you think's gonna happen when it's all gone, huh? Answer me! You gonna stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? I know you can!
You really hear that?
Damn straight I do!
Get help.
Say that again!
I'd worry less about the planet and more about the next 5 seconds. Save the screaming for later.
Our lives are on the line now. You listening, Merc? One false move. And that happens.
Well, so much for having Cloud do all the fighting. There are some places a sword just can't reach. Just bear with him for me, would you?
Yeah.
Should have asked for more money.
Oh, Cloud, you big jerk. Barrett's just trying to have some fun, man. Alright, so Barrett's going to join, and we want to make him the party leader as soon as possible, because from here on out we're going to face a lot of ranged attacks. Join the party, Barrett Wallace. Barrett specializes in ranged attacks. Holding down square releases a sustained burst of automatic fire when equipped with a ranged weapon. Barrett can fire from safe locations and hit enemies that Cloud cannot reach with his sword.
Gonna throw
Okay,
your sword at
so
him?
right away
Let
we
the
want
man
to
with the
use
gun
overcharge on one of these guys, and then we're going to press triangle while in control of Barrett to deliver a heavy hitting attack that fills a large portion of his ATB gauge. Once unleashed, it takes a long time to recharge this attack. Pressing triangle, however, will speed up the process. Okay,
These
so
tin cans ain't
next
got
we're going to
nothing
use...
on me. Now for the real
Oh yeah, I'm
show.
going to attack this guy a little bit, and then I want to use some thunder on both of them once I have enough ATB for this. Just a little bit more. Okay, sweet. So now we can use double thunder on the last two remaining guys. We have that set up. That should take both of those guys out. And then we'll switch to Cloud, and we're going to get into his Punisher mode to prepare for a couple of mono drives. You can switch to different characters depending on the battle situation. You can also stick with the same character and issue orders to party allies. Use directional to switch characters, use L2, R2 to issue orders. Okay, so we're going to combo these mono drives here. That guy got away. They can kind of scatter around, which can be kind of annoying sometimes, and we'll just use fire on the last guy, take him out quick. Yeah, the mono drives have a tendency to scatter around the battlefield, which can be really irritating.
Look what we have here.
The laser security system. Great.
Those things will hurt more than your pride if you're careless. They'll cut you down to size and then some. But I'm guessing you've done this kind of thing before.
Yeah. Figure out the timing of the lasers. Then, make a move when they cycle off.
Exactly. I'll go first. Nothing like a little danger to get the blood pumping.
Hey!
Just keep those baby blues of yours on me.
You can move around outside of battle more quickly by holding R1 or R2. You can press L3 in once to keep dashing until you stop moving. Okay, so if we do this without getting hit, we can actually get extra praise from Jesse, so we're going to attempt to do that. Okay, that one took a little while. We're getting kind of bad luck right now.
Not too shabby.
Sometimes you can run through all three. There we go.
You're
Sneak
doing
past
good,
there.
soldier.
A couple boxes. So far so good. We can still get better praise from her if we don't get hit.
And it's more of the same.
So this one pulses 3 times. 2 and 3, and then we can go. This one pulses 4 times. Number 4, and now we can go. This one pulses 7 times, but I think we have already been through half of the sequence, so we should be able to run through in a sec here. There we go.
Like a walk in the park, huh?
Nice, we'll get full praise from Jesse. And we've got a couple more potions in this chest right here. Oh yeah, and I want to make Barrett the party leader, switch his commands around, add thunder to his X. And now we'll be prepared for future battles.
Not a scratch. Now, on to the objective.
Look. They don't call those things sweepers for nothing. They can wipe out a whole squad in seconds.
Not if you wipe the forward then first.
And that's exactly what we're going to do, Cloud. But first we got to double back here and grab an ether out of this chest behind the staircase. And now we can go ahead and engage the sweeper. And yeah, Barrett being the leader is going to give us a quick start to the battle. Get to Barrett right away, do an overcharge. That will charge up his ATB, and we can use Thunder. Oh, I used Focus Shot accidentally. I meant to use Thunder, since he's weak against Thunder.
Need to hit it with magic.
But any magic will
That should
help a
give us an
lot.
opening.
So I'm going to use Fire with Cloud, and then I will use his Focus Thrust. Hitting enemies with certain attacks or dealing large amounts of damage will temporarily knock them off balance, and pressure will appear underneath their gauge. When this happens, pelt them with spells and abilities to quickly fill their stagger gauge. Once it is full, you can stagger them. The gauge fills faster depending on the abilities and magic used, as well as the foe's vulnerabilities. Find the most effective attack to quickly finish off each enemy.
Hey, it's not
Yeah, so Focus Thrust. We want to pressure this guy by using our focused attacks. So Focus Shot with Barrett.
Hang back.
That staggers him. Enemies who've been staggered are defenseless and take more damage. Using unique abilities on a staggered foe will quickly boost your ATB gauge. Boost your ATB gauge quickly so you can unleash more abilities and spells.
Now's our chance. Go.
It's a bit complicated when you first try, but you'll get the hang of it. But basically the focused attacks add pressure, and once they're staggered, then you can use your strong attacks like Braver or Overcharge, and you can also use a whole bunch of magic, so I just used some more Thunder on him. Again, that's going to do a hefty amount of damage.
Don't overdo it.
Need my help, do you?
I accidentally used my focused abilities there. I should have just used more magic and that would have finished him off a little bit quicker. But either way, this should... Yeah, there we go. A little sloppy at the end there. I just got my commands mixed up.
What are you, 20-something?
First.
Huh?
Soldier first class. Doesn't go into the 20s.
The hell you talking about? I mean your age, not your goddamn rank. Though for all I know, a soldier's rank could be the same as his age. Mm-hmm. Guess that makes you a 1-year-old, huh? Live and learn.
Here it is, the inner core of the reactor.
That's our target, the reactor core. Gotta set the bomb at the bottom. Let's get down there.
Okay, so we're gonna head through along these catwalks.
Damn. I can practically taste the Mako in here. Hurry it up.
Get some boxes, and there's a chest at the end of the catwalk down here. And this is a Phoenix down.
Pounding like a jackhammer.
Scared, huh?
Huh, more like excited. I've been dreaming about this for years.
And that's chest 8.
Heads up, boys. The end's in sight. I leave the rest in your capable hands. Good luck.
We got 2 more chests. One we're gonna get momentarily. The other we're gonna have to wait a little bit before we get it.
Y'all know who you dealing
Charge
with.
into battle with an overcharge. Unfortunately, the last hit of that missed, but that's not too much of a problem. We'll use Thunder right away and take out one of these guys. Switch over to Cloud. Just do a bunch of sword damage. Use a spell once I get some ATB. And that guy survived. Just like I was saying, the mono drives do scatter a little bit, so you just gotta stick with them, chase them. They can slow things down a bit if you're trying to...
We sink right down to the bottom, to the planet's core.
No. The pump would suck us back up.
Great shot of all the Mako.
How comforting.
Yeah, if you're trying to kill mono drives efficiently for like a speed run, or if you're just trying to be super badass, sometimes they can get in your way and slow you down a bit.
That's that. Bird.
Nice. So I finished him off with that fire, and here's an ether. That's chest 9 of 10. Got these boxes, and then we'll head down to the core. Oh, and I will take this opportunity to heal up as well. So if you press X, you can access your items. And if you hold down L1, the menu will stay open, so you can use multiple items or commands, which is nice. And then I switch to Ether, and I'll heal up Barrett's magic while I'm at it too.
Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, let's see if Little Stamp really can bite the hand that feeds. Go on, do the honors. Prove to me you're the man Tifa says you are. That you're one of us.
Never said I was. I'm just here for the paycheck.
Then do the damn job!
Cloud's definitely experiencing some strange hallucinations.
What's wrong?
I'm fine. What about the timer?
Your call, Merc.
So we're gonna choose 20 minutes. We don't even need 5 minutes to do this.
Pretty cocky, ain't you? You double-crossing!
Heads up!
What in the hell?
Alright, so our first boss fight, the Scorpion Sentinel. So right away, Barrett's gonna move off to the side, and we're gonna use the overcharge ability. And then we're going to follow that up with the Thunder.
Lightning magic.
We'll switch over to Cloud, go into Punisher mode, and we're going to try and build up some damage as well as build up our ATB bar. So now we can use some pressured attacks, some focused attacks rather, while he's pressured. So we're going to pull out the focus shot, and Cloud's going to use his focus thrust. And I'm going to try and sneak another one in there so I can get him staggered. Aw, dang, okay, he jumped away, but no worries. He'll be back in a sec, and then we'll get him staggered. So,
Don't overdo it.
oh yeah, let's switch to Barrett, and we'll do some ranged attack. And now we can probably finish him, get him staggered.
My turn.
There we go. And this should finish off the first phase of the boss fight as well.
You ready?
When I finish this combo off. There we go. So now he's gonna go into his second phase of the boss fight where he puts up a shield, so things get a little bit more complicated because he has a higher defense system. Right away we're gonna get a little bit closer with Cloud, And I'm gonna sneak around to the back because he has a weak point at the back. But we don't want to do too much damage right away because I want to bait him to use an attack on me. If he uses his bind attack, I can get a 4th trophy. So that's what our goal is right now. We're not gonna, like I said, we're just on standby, waiting for him to do this specific attack. So I could be doing damage, could be doing big damage right now, but I just want to wait for this attack. Okay, he went onto the wall. That's not ideal. Sometimes he'll use the attack right away and we can just get it out of the way.
It wouldn't be much of a weapon.
But he wants to be a bit of a bitch.
Don't compliment the giant scorpion.
Still waiting, still waiting. Here he goes, Death Grip. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. So now with Barret, we'll go to his weak point and we're going to use some enemies will occasionally bind your party members with unblockable attacks. If your character is bound and unable to act, quickly switch. Okay, so now we're going to attack his weak point, and great. So he released Cloud, and that got us our 4th trophy, Bonds of Friendship. Perfect. So we got that out of the way. I advise getting that out of the way now because it is an irritating trophy to get, and yeah. If you want to fight as well as possible, you're not going to get bound that often, so I'd say just get it out of the way in the first boss fight.
Hit it hard and fast.
Okay, sweet. So we got him pressured again. Unfortunately, we don't have any ATB, so we're going to just charge that.
My turn.
And hopefully we'll get a little heal in with Cloud once we get out of the way here.
Deal with that.
Alright, sweet. Okay, while he's on the wall, you want to use ranged attacks with Barret because Cloud's pretty much useless at this point. Magic also doesn't affect him while he's on the wall, so don't even bother with the magic. Now we want to build more ATB. I fired my focus shot backwards. Okay. I think I can still get him pressured right here if we act quickly. Perfect. Okay, we got the stagger. And just keep using attacks. Braver is extremely powerful in this situation when the enemy's already staggered, so definitely get a Braver in there when you can. Perfect, that was the 2nd phase finished off, so now we're moving on to phase 3. Phase 3 can be difficult because his patterns aren't as predictable, I'd say. And he has a really super powerful attack as well. But as long as you hide behind this debris, you won't have to worry about the attack.
Don't get hit. Take cover behind that debris.
Alright, so we'll move these guys in behind the debris, and at this point the Sentinel is going to focus in on Barret, so I can switch over to Cloud and move him in to do a bit of damage, chip away a bit. Now I've got some decent ATB, so I'm going to use my focus shots since he's pressured, and this should be able to stagger him, hopefully. Beautiful. And a bit more ATB, follow that up with a Braver. Unfortunately, I'm out of ATB charges, so we're just going to chip away a bit more. This phase can be tough because he fires a lot of stuff at you. So I'm just kind of playing it a little bit slower, a little bit more defensively, keeping my distance so I don't get hit by this lightning. Be sure to use potions and healing to regenerate HP, blah blah blah. Yeah, I know. I went into attack with Cloud and he focused in on him, so we'll get Cloud healed up there. And yeah, I'm a bit low on ATB, so I gotta build up some ATB. I gotta do some regular attacks, get some ATB going. Bit out of sync, but that's cool. We'll get back there. Oh man, that Braver almost... If I landed that Braver, that would have been huge. We have a bit more health to chip away from him to get him to his 4th phase, so...
Heal up and regroup.
Almost there. Okay, taking damage and staggering enemies fills your limit gauge. When the gauge is full, you can use limit breaks, which are extremely powerful attacks. You do not need to spend ATB to use a limit break. Okay, he's got his tail laser back up, so we're just going to take distance, hide behind the debris one more time. While he's focused on Cloud, I'm going to attack him again with Barret, and he's extremely close to moving into his 4th phase. So let's see if we can do that right here. Alright, I think that's it. Nice, okay. Nice, and we're well set up for the 4th phase. We got Cloud's limit plus 2 ATB charges. This should be a breeze. I want to focus in on his legs. This part looks scary, but if you do the right technique, it's not too bad at all. So I'm going to cross-slash my limit break onto his right leg. Switch over to Barret. I'll use an overcharge on his left leg. That has crippled him, and then we can just use a couple fireballs, and this should finish him off. Perfect. I love how Cloud says, "Need a light." It's like from StarCraft.
Shit, the bomb!
20 minutes until detonation.
In the original FF7, you actually had to fight the boss while the timer was going down, so it's a little bit weak that you don't have to do it in this. But it is a long fight.
Ha! You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
Come on, we've got to move.
Alright, so the timer's set.
Should be covering our way out.
We've got 20 minutes to get out of here. And like I was saying before, 20 minutes is plenty of time. You really don't have to worry too much. You can look around and collect boxes and chests. You can fight all the enemies you encounter, and you're not going to run out of time. So just do a little heal up because we are going to get into a couple more fights along the way here. We got 2 mono drives coming up, so right away I want to build my ATB up and kill one of them. So get that guy, and it's not quite full, so we need to do an attack, and then we'll just finish him off with fire, and then we can keep moving.
Was never in doubt.
Don't be afraid to use magic, especially in the first reactor. Like, you're not going to run out of MP. You've got plenty of MP, so these magic spells don't cost too much, so just go crazy, have some fun with that magic. Okay, just like in the original, Jessie gets stuck, her leg gets stuck, but you don't have the option to not save her. You have to save her in this one, so you can't go right, you can only go left towards Jessie and help her out.
You okay?
Do I look okay? Help a girl out, would you?
My hero!
Hey! We'll link up over there! Look after Jesse!
Come this way. This route should lead us straight to Barrett.
Yeah, in the original you could choose not to save Jessie and she would save herself. If she didn't die, she would just save herself instead. But you do get something extra for saving her, so it's always worth being a nice guy and helping her out. And she's a cool character.
Don't look back. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Okay, there's our last chest with 2 potions, and that's all 10 chests for the Mako Reactor 1.
We're running out of time.
Shut up and climb. You're not helping.
Sorry, it keeps me focused. I'll freak out if I don't talk.
Have it your
Love how you can see Barrett climbing the ladder in the background there. It's pretty sick. I love how this whole opening segment of the game is laid out like an action movie. It's so intense.
Barrett!
I've got you covered! Find us a way out of here!
But then...
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I've got Soldier Boy with me.
X, Soldier Boy.
Nice, so we're going to get into Punisher, do a little combo there, switch over to Barrett, overcharge into Thunder, my favorite Barrett combo in the beginning of the game, and then we just go back to Cloud and chase the remaining mono drives, which will scatter on you. We'll just finish him off with fire, I guess. There we go. Okay, and we want to make Barrett the party leader again. Because we got separated from him, he's not the leader, but now we're going to make him the leader again. Because we got some more fights, and we want him to just be available for us right away. Especially for this sweeper right here. Just overcharge into Thunder. Classic combo. Switch over to Cloud. Build some ATB. And we want to get that pressured meter going so we can focus thrust. And focus shot. That should stagger him. There we go. And then we'll Braver. And maybe I want to use some magic on this guy, so just use some fire with Cloud here, and then we'll switch over and we'll use some Thunder with Barrett as well. That should finish him off, hopefully. Beauty. Alright, keep moving. Some boxes in the corner on the left up here. Helps to get in a little bit more of an edge. You get some more MP along the way. You don't have to use your ethers and whatnot. Couple mono drives up here, no big deal. Focus thrust Thunder.
Taking over. It's over.
And
Time to burn.
oh, I missed. The fire hit the gate. That's so annoying. I tried to finish that guy off with fire, but it hit the ledge. It's kind of cool how
Must have missed it.
your magic can get blocked in this game if it hits a physical object. So yeah, That's something that's different than the original. You actually have to be wary of objects in your way while you're fighting. Okay, there is a shock trooper, our first shock trooper, but instead of engaging him, we're gonna run up here because there's 2 more shock troopers up here, and I want to fight all 3 at once. I'm gonna use Barrett to pick off these sentry guns that are stationed up around here. So we got the first guy, and we'll focus in on the second guy with some thunder. So that's those guys taken care of. Now we just have the 3 shock troopers, and I'm gonna press triangle with Cloud, and I'm gonna guard, causing him to do counter attacks on these guys. Because they dodge and they evade really well, it's not really beneficial to try and attack them head on. You're better off to do this counter attack, then you can stagger them with your counter attacks, and magic is also really effective on them, fire especially when they're staggered. So ideally you want to stagger them, and then you want to use your fire magic on them. And let's see, that was perfect right there. Let's see if we can do it one more time. Beautiful, yeah. So again, to do that, you want to hit triangle to go into Punisher mode, L1 to guard, which will then send them into a counter attack, and then you can use fire on them once they're staggered. And that's it, guys. That's Mako Reactor number 1. So now we escape in the elevator to safety. Hey man, we still have 15 minutes at least. I'm trying to make it all dramatic by bringing the clock down to 0.
Sir.
Oh yeah, and this is an interesting scene. So Jesse's bomb actually didn't really do that much damage. Shinra's been watching the whole time, and they want to finish the job for some reason. They want to blow up their own reactor. So maybe we'll see more of why that is later on in the game.
Come on!
We also know Cloud's not fully there. He's had some weird flashbacks, things going on in his brain. So there's a mystery to be solved there as well. Why would Shinra blow up their own reactor, and what's going on with Cloud?
Doors open. We don't have a lot of time here. Pick up the pace, people.
Can you walk?
If I couldn't, believe me, you'd be the first to know.
I'll take that as a yes.
Cloud! Okay, that was pretty cool. All right, come
Nice.
on.
Got our first little smile and laugh out of Cloud. Man, imagine that. You're just like going around doing your business, and then all of a sudden the power plant next to you explodes. So intense. And because we beat Chapter 1, we're going to get our 5th trophy, one-time gig, right on. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Alright, Kilson out. Peace.